All right, man. NFL preview. Something that we've been holding
Bro.
back. It's holding back of talking
Oh,
about.
we're here, fellas. Like, that's it. Like, we don't have to watch movies and shows anymore.
Nope.
We don't have to scroll mindlessly through Netflix anymore.
Nope.
Football is back. We are here. Thank you.
Who, in your opinion, what is the team that makes the leap up?
I got three. I think to start it off, no biases. People will tell you, Tyler, can you confirm? I'm not a hometown bias kid.
Oh, hell no. You're the worst when it comes to your own team. And it drives me crazy, but
Damn.
I love you for it because you stick to your guns.
I
And
was just looking,
that's, yeah.
I was just looking for a confirmation, but damn, we speaking facts. But Miami Dolphins,
Let's
I think,
go.
yeah, and the leap is like they were pretty damn good last year. So I think the leap this year, one playoff win, and let's get to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Let's get
Let's
to the
see
AFC
what
Championship. That's it. I'm not asking for the Super Bowl. Let's get to the
happens.
AFC Championship game. I'm trying to manifest it starting now.
Hell yeah. This
Let's
is
get to
2024 Dixon Luna's Dolphins. Okay.
let's
I
get
like
Tyreek,
this.
let's get McDaniels another year in the system. Let's get Tua his bag. Let's get everyone their bag. Everyone that needs a bag, here you go. We want everyone
You
on
get
board.
some
We
bread, you
want
get some bread,
everyone
you get some
happy.
bread, you get some bread.
And I think the experience last year is vital. I think there's nothing better than a playoff loss for an NFL team. You know, the way they learn from that, the way they come back, it's just part of the process, part of the journey. So I got the Dolphins for sure. Um, Next up, I got the Ravens.
That's one of mine
Um,
too. Yeah.
I think Lamar Jackson, he has to get better. I think he has to learn from the Mahomes loss. They all do. Zay Flowers, you got to learn how to tuck it. Got to learn how not to slam the guy off of your leg when he's holding on to you and get a penalty. Stupid mistakes that they made that I think just a year of maturity will definitely improve. They got, Derrick Henry. So to me, that was a move to beat the Chiefs directly because the Chiefs, their bag is secondary, pass defense, um, not really run defense. So now you have on top of Lamar Jackson, on top of being the best rush offense in the league, Derrick Henry. Let's double down what we're good at, and let's focus on what the Chiefs aren't good at because that's really the only opponent that can stop them. Besides all that, the hometown kid, Lamar Jackson, shout out Broward, looking a lot skinnier, looking a lot slimmer nowadays, looking back to that 2019 Lamar Jackson. So
Mm.
I'm excited to see what he looks like because I did notice he lost some speed. He lost his step when he bulked up. So I'm expecting to see him break a lot more of those 60, 70 yard touchdowns this year if it pans out. And for my last team, I got the Jets. I mean, I don't think
God
it's a
damn.
stretch to say
You were
that.
doing so good, bro. I
I'm
can't.
sorry, buddy.
Go ahead, go ahead, go
I
ahead, go
told
ahead.
you there's zero bias.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's a stretch to say that they're going to be better than they were last year.
Yeah,
Think
okay.
anyone can say that, but I
I
do
agree.
like the makeup of their defense. I do like the makeup of their weapons on offense. And Rod should still be good. I'm not saying he's gonna be prime, but he should still be good. And with a great defense and weapons on offense, sometimes just good is good enough. So I got the Jets at least getting into the playoffs, making some noise.
I do agree with you with the Jets. I don't want it to happen openly. I do not want that to happen. I am very, very intrigued of how they look and how they play. I'm gonna hate watch them because I'm a Dolphins fan, but in the other way, I'm gonna watch them for a just the love of the football world
Of
aspect,
course,
right?
of course.
So I'm gonna be 50-50 on them, but I do agree with you. They are gonna be better. I think their defense will be even better. I think that to me, yes, I know how you feel. I know how our boy Connor feels. They weren't a top five defense. I think they slide into that. They will be a better team moving on from the New York
Nothing
football
wrong with
team.
saying that.
Wash me from my sins later. One of my teams, I do agree with the Ravens. I do like that pick. I think having that power that the team is that Lamar is needed. They've had good running backs, okay? They've had it's good. I didn't say great. I didn't say above average, not below.
Also,
They've had good running backs. They've made backs better than they've played,
they have
other
a
than
great scheme and great coaching and great O line.
yes. So adding a he wasn't last year. He still had a good year compared to the NFL. A 2,000 yard back,
Adding
multiple
a
2,000
legend.
yard, adding a legend at his position. I hope to God that he stays healthy, right? Seeing in Lamar and him together, that's Madden shit.
Hey, can
That's
you
something you do in
imagine
Madden.
Lamar get the ball off the hike RPO with Henry?
Yo, I'm gonna call. Let me call this because we've seen this in the past. Okay, so I hope you remember it because I probably won't. Lamar Jackson will catch a touchdown from Derrick Henry.
You know, Derrick Henry like to do that jump pass at the goal line.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna call,
Good
but I
call.
can't. I
Hey,
can't wait for that.
don't
But this
doubt
is
it.
it. My next team is a team that you were riding for last year. I think Detroit makes it to the Super Bowl this year. A lot of their youth has
Mom's is sweaty.
another year,
Mom
right?
spaghetti.
They have they've drafted well, right? So they drafted defensive players this year to add into their, bad secondary, but they did get better, through the year. On top of that, they know their identity, right? They've taken their identity, have maximized it. Golf has played really great. He got paid. One person I'm looking forward to is Jamar Gibbs. I can't wait for him to see what he does year
Did
two
they
because he
keep
blocked.
Montgomery?
They blocked. No, Montgomery's in. I think it's the Bills. I think he went to the
So
Bills.
Gibbs got the starting role now.
Yeah, but they picked up another back. I'm not sure who though. So I'm just really excited. I think the not to preview the end of our segments, but I think they make to the Super Bowl.
Incredible. Incredible.
Look, yeah, look, yeah.
God damn.
Um,
Wasn't
what's
ready
it?
for that.
What's a team for you? Oh, and my other team would be, I'm gonna put Homer on the Dolphins, but you already said enough. What's a team to you that regresses this year?
Hey, about fucking time that this team regressed. First, we saw them be good, 12 and 4, 12 and 4, 12 and 4. Then we saw them be mediocre, 9 and 7, 9 and 7. Then we saw them be good again, 12 and 4, 12 and 4, 12 and 4. Now they're about to go back to mediocre. Talking about the Dallas Cowboys. It's finally,
Ooh,
I am so ready. I think the world is ready. Let's just go back to mediocre, if not bad. Let's take a step back so we could take a step forward in the future. But it's just all this offseason drama. The team did absolutely nothing on the off
nothing,
except
nothing.
just beef with their own players. So they're pretty much gonna have the same team as last year, but I think everyone else around them got better. So, and I don't know how the schedule looks this year. I remember the schedule being very friendly to them last year.
Mm.
So I think the Cowboys would definitely take a step back, and I think everyone, even Cowboys fans, will be fine with that. They'll be good with that. They want that because what is 12 and 4 going to do for you if you know you're not going to get over the hump?
They are disappointing. If I was a Cowboys fan, thank God I'm not. I would be incredibly disappointed. CD played out of his mind last year, and you hear Jerry Jones saying, "Well, I don't care," or whatever the fuck
Come
he
on,
said.
bro.
Like,
CD had the best single wide receiver season in your franchise history, and you drafted him. So it ain't like he just a random. Get the man his bread. You know he's good for it.
what do you think about next year? I don't know if you've heard the rumors about Dak possibly being somewhere else next year.
Oh,
What do you
he's
think
definitely
about that?
gone.
You think so?
Yeah, because Dak wants, record setting money. Dak wants, to reset the market. And I don't know if the Cowboys are willing to do that after what he's done in the playoffs. So
True.
I think it's about time for Dak to go to another team. really show how fucking mediocre and bad he is, and just ride it out to the wheels fall off.
He's played bad in the playoffs, but he's had some really good games, especially last year. I feel he showed up in some of
He
those
had a great
games.
regular season last year.
Yeah, but yeah,
He just doesn't show up when it matters. That's it.
All right. Well, for me, my team, my main team is the Bills.
Mm.
I think they have a whole new look. They lost a lot of vets on that team that got them to where they are. Some got injured, right? A lot, you know. Some wanted the bread and some wanted them to move on. This is going to be, if they have a mediocre season, this is going to be McDermott's last year. Like I'm calling it already. And there's going to be even more weight on Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen owns the Miami Dolphins. We all know this. He probably has a parking spot next to the owner,
Yeah, yeah,
but
next to the VP.
he doesn't play like that against everybody. A lot of teams, but it's going to be a lot more pressure on him. He's going to have to do a lot more things. I really think because how much of a load he's going to have, pause, um, he's going to be like in the MVP race if he does well. I really think he's going to get that much
Yes.
passing, running, anything he needs to do. On like we're gonna see real Superman Josh Allen this year. I really believe that.
No, we are, and you started to head down the right path at the end of your statement by saying that he's going to be an MVP candidate. He definitely is. I think the Bills are going to be a lot better than a lot of people think. I think they're actually going to
Wow.
be pretty competitive. I don't got them as a guaranteed playoff spot, but I got them competing to get into the playoffs for sure. And I think it's good for the team to get rid of Stephon Diggs, addition by subtraction. And I think Josh Allen, like you said, you know, all the doors were already open for him before, but now he has to do everything. So should be interesting. Another level of maturity, another year, another year. I already said that, but I just said it again to sound like I have more to say. Um I think they do better than what people think this year.
Okay,
I don't
super.
think they'll be bad at all.
Do you have another team on your list?
Yes, I do. Yes, I definitely do. So I think this team they'll take a step back, but not a huge step back. And that's the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm.
You have to remember that normally this team is very injured. So last year was one of those special years that they were all healthy. And usually when they're all healthy, they're there in the NFC Championship, Super Bowl. But, just playing out percentages, it's tough to see another year where everyone's healthy, everyone's a year older. They didn't really do much either. They're just going to go with the same team, which is still, top to
Yeah,
bottom,
they're a
best
Super
roster
Bowl
in the league.
contender. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, best roster in the league. But I just think one or two hiccups definitely come this year. One of them already being possibly losing Ayuk.
Hmm.
That's a huge one. So I think more health wise, they won't be as good or in the same position as they were last year.
Speaking of Ayuk, he he's not a. I know he wants like 32, 33. That's what I've heard. Million a year. I don't think he's in that echelon. I think he
Thank
might
you,
be in.
buddy. Thank you. Nobody says it.
He's not. It's
When
okay
the
though.
fuck did Brandon Ayuk become elite? I am sorry. I'm so
Okay,
tired of
last year,
hearing.
well, I will say, last year he played excellent. He played very, very, very
How
good.
many players not gonna have those numbers on that team though?
Right. So because of Debo, because of CMC, because of Kittle, he was the third or fourth option, right? And
Obviously,
he
you're going up
he
against third
produced.
string cornerbacks. You better eat.
He produced, and I mean, shoot, he was on both my fantasy football teams, and I went to two Super Bowls. Like, and he was a big factor. That's why I know how elite he was last year. But on another team as a number one, I'm sorry, dude. It's not
Right.
32, 33. Like, one of these guys is gonna have to take less money with the market entails. And you see a couple here and there, but you're not a true one. You would be a one on a let's see, on the Chargers, right? As a on the Chargers roster, you would be number one on the Giants. Someone that
He's a
has a
really good two.
he's an excellent two.
He's an excellent two. He's a Pro Bowl All Pro two.
Yeah. So I did hear that Pittsburgh, Patriots were the teams involved with him, if I
Yeah.
think. Um, I mean, both of them don't have solid quarterbacks as of right now before the season. That would be hesitant. If he did that, it was be going to get bread, right? That's all it would be. So I do agree with you. I think they do kind of regress a little bit, but I also another to one of your points. If they lose one, two, three guys, it's going to be tough. You know, tough diggings. You know what I mean? And I know who's a linebacker that they lost in the Super Bowl. Um,
Armstrong.
Armstrong. How good he did last year
He
and
was
what he is
fucking
that
balling.
team. Like he's not. I think he's not going to be back for the beginning of the year. So we'll see. But I do think they do.
Armstrong or Armstead. I'm sorry. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah, one of the two. Because the no Arm, I think Armstead went to Jacksonville this offseason. For a rookie, we have a little rookie watch, right? Some of the rookies that we're interested in or just want to see how they develop. For me, I'm going to give you my first one, and it's Harrison Jr. I say that because he
Wow. Okay.
he hasn't been in the media. He didn't want to, he held out on his rookie deal. He held out on a couple other things that have been really under the radar. And if he was Caleb Williams or
That's
another
a
high,
sleeper. I haven't heard much about him since he got drafted.
exactly. And I think there's a reason for that. But that's more of an off the field thing. On field, I want to see what Murray does. He did come back and they were a better team with him on a not a highly talented team. So I'm very interested to see if we have a new receiver because he's coming in as the one, right? He's coming in as a generational
What
talent.
is he, a third overall pick as a wide receiver? That's
Fourth,
crazy.
fourth, I think.
Being a top five receiver pick, that means you're like generational, like you just said.
Right. So I'm really intrigued to see because I think we're in a phase in the NFL right now, and it could change, right? If the game changes, this will change. That we're gonna get at least one receiver a year or two that are impactful right away. I'm talking
Rookies,
Jamar Chase. I'm talking St. Brown. I'm
Justin
talking
Jefferson.
Jefferson. I mean, it's just what it is now. If you're a first, second, or third round, we had Puka last year in the fifth round. The league is so good, so talented, and the training for it is so good, so talented. It's a given, and I think he's going to be that one. And there's what six or seven receivers that people think that can be this can be one of the best receiving drafts of all time, which is
No, for
crazy to
sure.
say.
For sure. Let's stay right at receiver. For me, I got Malik Neighbors. Um,
Mm.
Another receiver coming out of LSU. Everyone that's around him, all the reports that have been around LSU campuses say that this is Jamar Chase 2.0.
Oh shoot,
This is
okay.
the second coming of Jamar Chase. Very similar body, same school, obviously, but I think he's explosive, and I think he'll definitely make big plays. Problem is the quarterback, the O line, and the franchise. So I don't know if he's in the best position, but I think he'll definitely make some highlight plays this year. Malik Neighbors.
My other one is the first overall pick, Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
He
but
had he played today his first game, their second preseason game.
hey,
Saw some of that. He moved around really well. He had a nice ball that he throws.
dot on the throw.
Yeah, and watching him on Hard
Absolute laser
Knocks.
on the run.
I know you don't usually watch Hard Knocks, but the Bears are the team this year. So while I watched watching him on that, it got me more intrigued. So
I've heard great stories. I've loved what I've been hearing coming out of him on the off court off season stuff. In terms of, I heard a story where he was telling his teammates like, "Hey guys, let's pick up after ourselves. You know, these guys already have it rough enough, and we're making it harder for them by just leaving shit everywhere, all over the facility. Let's pick up after ourselves." That type of shit, that type of leadership says a lot. So
and his receiving core being
Elite.
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and then the rookie Roman Dunze. Yeah,
No,
that's
elite.
really cool. That's really really cool. So that's my other rookie.
Listen, I'm completely sold on Caleb Williams. Like completely sold. Like I think he's gonna come in and be competitive immediately. Bears are gonna be playoff contenders immediately. Um,
Wow. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
I think he's walked into a great situation. They rolled out the red carpet for him, and I think he is a generational special talent. I really do.
Okay. What made you get
So
there? What made you get to that point to be able to say for you to be able to say that
okay,
something really
so
fast had to
based
happen?
off his college tape, everything was special. But we've seen that. When you saw Justin Fields in college, it was special. When you saw Trevor Lawrence in college, it was special. But just to see the combination of special on the field and also very unique off the field, because I'm the type of guy I pay attention to both. I'm not just a what do you do for me in the game. No, I got to see who are you. So I like what he's doing off the field. He seems unconventional. He seems like himself. Like he's not trying to fit in. He's not trying to be PC. I respect that. That shows very much confidence. That shows very much individualism. And he just got put in the best situation. Like I've never seen a team built up so much around a rookie. So I think a combination of those things that led me to think like, oh, actually, he's ready to be successful right now.
Hmm. Okay.
Fucking with Caleb, bro. The other dude, second pick overall, Jaden McDaniels, very similar.
Hmm.
Very similar. I think everything that I just said applies to him. Not as special talent wise, not as unique off the field, but he's right there. Dude
Hmm.
is locked in. Dude is really good. And I think he'll immediately make Washington better. I don't know about playoff contender, but he's definitely going to be making better than they were last year. And I think this is the second coming of RG3. So great job,
Hmm.
Washington. Y'all got another one. Let's not fuck it up this time.
Well, let's see a game before we say we saw a playoff. We saw a preseason game. Let's see some real life going
Well,
against
this is
one.
predictions. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So who has the better season? Caleb or not career, but season? Caleb or Daniels?
That's really tough. That's really tough. I might say McDaniels just because his team's asking more of him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think he'll have a lot
Um,
more like pass attempts and rushing attempts.
got you. Okay. Okay. I know we didn't go over this, but just a Finn's breakdown real quick, right?
Hold on. I'm not done with my rookie watch. I got
Oh,
one
I'm
more.
sorry. Go
Got
ahead. I'm
one
sorry.
more. That's it. We got one
Yeah,
more. That's
yeah,
it.
go
Super sleeper sneaky pick, Joe Milton the third. This is the second rookie quarterback on the Patriots. Obviously, Drake May is the guy, but if he just tends to not do well, watch out for the other guy they have, Joe Milton, absolute freak of nature from
ahead.
Tennessee. That's all I gotta say.
Anything you want to add on top of that?
No, I mean I agree with what you said. Yeah, I think the record will be around there, 12 and 5,
Okay.
11 and 6, and I think will be good enough for a playoff win this year, and that'll be an
Me
improvement
too.
for last year. So,
Me
but
too.
hey, man, I'm saying that I'm being optimistic, but realistically, we should be trying to win it all.
Yeah, we need to be a contender.
We need to fucking go for it. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Super Bowl predictions, last segment of the night.
Wow.
I don't
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know what direction you're gonna go in,
Mm-mm-mm.
but my Super Bowl prediction, I have two. One is biased and one is not. The unbiased is Lions and Ravens.
Okay, this is the real one then.
Lions and Dolphins. Super Bowl.
Okay. Lions
Motor
versus
Motor
or
City versus Magic City. That's what it's gonna be.
Lions versus Ravens. That was the Super Bowl we were supposed to get last year. That was the one that the hood wanted instead
That's
of
right. Yeah, the
the
AFC
other shit.
Championship and NFC Championship.
Very interesting. Damn. I like that. I really do like that because I have Detroit going to the NFC Championship. Unfortunately, I have them losing to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm.
People are asleep, man. People just thought it was a one-time thing. It was a fluke. No, it
No, I
wasn't.
don't believe that. Yeah.
It wasn't. They got so much better. They got so much better all around. Another year with the coach. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is another year, and he's going to be hella motivated. He gets taken out of every list. He gets disrespected anytime good quarterbacks are brought up, and he's going to show everyone why. He has two great weapons on the outside. He has a tight end that's really good as well. I think they're going to be great, and I think they're going to be right there at the end as well. On the other side, can't go against this guy. This is the new Tom Brady. Hey,
Mm.
betting man, you might as well bet for Mahomes every year. I'm telling you that right now for the next 10. And you'll
Mm.
have a 50-50 chance of hitting. Chiefs, I think, got even better than last year. Last year was supposed to be their bad year. Last year was supposed
They
to be
won the Super Bowl.
their year. It was supposed to be their rebuild year, and they won a fucking Super Bowl. So now they're going to be 1 year into the rebuild. Should be a lot better. Huge thing that I think they lost is Snead. Man,
Yeah, that's a big loss. He was a factor, man.
huge factor. Um, you didn't say your winner though. Who you got winning?
Bruh. I think the AFC wins the championship next year.
So you got the Ravens.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the Eagles get
Great.
it. I think the Eagles get revenge on the Chiefs and they get it done.
Wow. The Kelsey-less Eagles win a championship. I
Yeah,
know it'll be interesting, man. I'm interested to see how Kellen Moore does there and how Saquon is used and just how that offense looks this year compared to last year because it was so weird, man. We've talked about it 100 times, but them going from 10-1 to barely scraping into the wild card and like
and
that
losing to Baker,
that was so like what the it was like Bizarro Eagles, you know what I mean?
the fall off was crazy.
They had like what three defensive coordinators in like couple months and shit. Like, come on. When you're doing that shit, you know you're panicking.
They picked up Kevin Byard out of nowhere.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So you got anything else for NFL?
Nah, man, that's it. I'm looking forward to it. We're back.